So Michelle's the first female mayor of the Valley, which is fantastic, and also the first mayor of the Valley with an arts background. Also fantastic. We're really excited about all of that. Sad, however, for us, because there isn't enough hours in Michelle's day to also, be a volunteer running a gallery. So, what I want to say. So, since we opened the gallery 13 months ago now, 14 months ago now, Michelle has taken the lead role in the whole gallery project. So she's chaired our gallery committee and curated and organised most of the exhibitions that have come through. And it's been just an amazing program, and it's been such an amazing program largely because of Michelle's energy and focus and what she's brought to it. So we've had such a breadth of artwork and artists through the gallery, and our vision is to create a really top quality regional gallery here in the Barracks, and Michelle has really put the drive and energy into the beginning of that project and really demonstrated what it can be. So we've had local artists through Artists in the Valley, we've had Aboriginal artists in NAIDOC Week, we've had national and international visiting artists, just such a broad range, and it's been amazing. So really I'd like just to acknowledge that amazing effort that you put in, congratulate you on the election, and wish you all the best for your next amazing adventure. Thank you, Michelle.
Oh, well, thank you everyone. I'll start off by responding to that and then we can move on with the show. I'm 43 and I can say that this last 18 months has been the best of that whole period. The people I've worked with, the place I've worked with, weirdly enough, she's kind of a person to me now. I feel a bit of connection here. I just love what we're doing out here. I love what we've brought. I love that we're all standing here, celebrating and exploring ideas together. I think it's the best thing you can do with your time, really. So thank you for the support, because no amount of energy or intention that I ever had could have made anything happen without people believing in that, participating. So I'd love another huge clap for everyone and for the idea and just for being here. So thank you everyone so much. Now I might introduce got the fabulous Rodney Croome here. He's driven all the way down. He's bought the most amazing artwork, which you see in room 2, and he's got a few words to say about it and the exhibition.
Thank you. Can you all hear me? Okay?
Yes.
Thanks for asking me, Michelle, to come down and say a few words. Each of us stand at intersecting lines in time and space, and quite a few of those lines intersect here this evening at this place. As you all know, this is a site where there were some pretty awful human rights abuses against LGBTIQ+ Tasmanians in decades past. I've recently been doing taking some oral histories of people who worked here who were involved in aversion therapy. Sometimes of gay men who were convicted of being gay under our old anti-gay laws, sent here as an alternative to resident, subject to terrible treatments, electric shock treatment and chemical treatment. The fact that in a couple of weeks' time the Tasmanian Law Reform Institute will release its report about whether we should ban aversion and conversion therapy in Tasmania is a sign for me that we're finally moving beyond dealing with the legacy of those dark years. And the fact that this exhibition is in this building, where some of this happened, is also, should be for all of us, a source of great hope. That we can move beyond that dark legacy. And that the artwork that is on display is so full of energy, and so insightful, and so in your face, and so beautiful. And that there's no backing away in that room, or those three rooms, from what LGBTIQ plus Tasmanians and our brethren around the world have been through, what our hopes are, how we've been trodden on, and how we've stood up to hate. It's all in there. And the fact that it's here, where those dark things happened in the past, like I said, should be great cause for hope, for all of us. I hope that, as well, the artwork that I brought down today from Devport,
Thank you.
which is inside there now, is also a sign for hope, a sign of hope. The artwork was put together 21 years ago by me and Ray ARNOLD as part of an exhibition for 10 days on the island, the first 10 days on the island, I think. And what it is the only extant love letter between two convicts of the same gender that survives in Australia. It was written by one man who was condemned to hang because of his role in a riot in a convict prison. It was written by him to his lover. The man who wrote it, we know his name, Dennis Prendergast. And he rioted along with other convicts because the Commandant took away his right and the rights of the other male partners in that prison to cook for each other. The Commandant stole all their pans. So I went on a riot. And for that, Dennis was hanged. But before he hanged, he wrote that letter. And I urge you to read it. It's the bit that's in cursive, the bit that's in block is my commentary. But it's again a reminder of the dark past in Tasmania that we have, the legacy that we have, of oppression, of laws which up until 1997 criminalised gay men and cast a criminal stigma across the whole LGBTIQ+ community. In two and a half weeks' time, it'll be the 25th anniversary of the repeal of those laws. And a day to celebrate how far we've come since then. The fact that Tasmania now has some of the best LGBTIQ+ laws in Australia and the world. Again, I hope for all of us, a source of inspiration and hope for the future, that things do get better. Not least because of the defiance in the past of people like Dennis Prendergast. And finally, on a personal note, I grew up in regional Tasmania. I spent my childhood on a farm near Sheffield and then in Devonport. When I was a teenager, it was inconceivable to me that there would be an LGBTQIA+ art exhibition in a place like Devonport, anywhere in regional Tasmania. Maybe that happened in Hobart, I don't know, but it certainly didn't happen where I live. And yet, it's happened. The first LGBTIQA+ art exhibition in regional Tasmania. That's what this is. It's groundbreaking. I wish so much I could go back and tell my 15-year-old self that in his lifetime this would happen. It would have made his life just a little less funny and a little less difficult. I have no doubt that it will have the same positive impact for young queer people here in Norfolk and in the Valley today. Just knowing that there is this exhibition in their town and that people care enough about their lives to contribute artwork, to curate, to attend an opening. I'd like to think that in that knowledge they'd be able to lift their heads up and finally say, without the least bit of irony or sarcasm, that they are proud to come from the Valley of Love. Thank you very much.
Amazing words there. Just amazing. Thank you. So now I'd love to introduce Andy. He's going to come up here, and we've got a bit of a surprise this evening. We've got a performance, and I'll just let you know at the culmination of that performance, the gallery will be declared open. There'll be no further sort of speeches after this person's finished their performance. So classrooms are over behind this building in the agrarian. Drinks are for sale at the end. Food is free. Eat as much as you want. And Andy, she's all yours. And welcome to this exhibition, guys. Thank you for being here.
I think it's really interesting the parallels that Rodney speaks about our history here in Tasmania. We should all be incredibly proud about how far we've come. We do have some of the best laws that surround equality in the country and the world. I don't want to talk about my piece necessarily because I don't want to hijack this moment, but the piece that my partner RAYJVAZQUEZ and I collaborated on very much is about what Rodney's talking about, where we are still illegal in 70 countries in the world, which is staggering for anyone to conceive, and many of those countries are penalised by death. It resonates quite strongly with me because my family's from one of those countries. They escaped Egypt during the Nasser period to come to Australia, and for that very reason I've never been able to go back to my mother country because it does not gel well with me that I could go home to a place where I would be considered illegal. So the Religious Freedom Bill, which is something we highlight in the piece, is only on the back burner. It doesn't mean it's gone away. So I would implore you to please keep it front of mind and write to your local MP. When Labor came out in support of it at the last minute, it was a massive kick in the guts to realise that both parties that at any point could lead this country still would support something so discriminatory and ugly as that bill. So please, it's not against religion, it is just plain and simply discriminatory to LGBTQIA plus people. So please do get active, because the more we write to MPs, the more our voices are heard. So without further ado, that's my rant. I would like to introduce a really